Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Before we get this video started, I just want to say if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and remember to please click the bell. For some reason the notifications are not popping up on your screens and everything, so if you want to see the videos, click the bell and it will notify you every time I upload a new video. I usually upload Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about my favorite foundations. Now, yes, there is a lot of them, but I could not live without these foundations. So if you want to see my favorite foundations, stick around. Okay, so in no particular order, I'm just going to grab and explain to you guys why I like it and why they are my favorites. So first, I want to talk about the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. Now, yes, it is on the high end of foundations and it is a little bit pricey, but it's not a foundation that I use every day. It is a foundation that I use if I have to go somewhere or if I have to do something. Sometimes I will wear it in one of my videos, but this foundation just makes my face flawless. It looks amazing in pictures and it just sits so well on your skin. And the shade that I have in this one is Y415. I absolutely love this foundation. You cannot go wrong with this one. My next favorite is a drugstore one, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with this one, but I do love it. I love it on the days where my skin isn't having any issues and my skin is not like really dry, because my skin one day is really nice, the next day it could be a little oily, and then it could be dry. It's like between that combination stage. Sometimes it's like the desert. If it's like the desert, I am not going to use this because it just will not work very well at all. But I absolutely do like this one, and I have it in the shade 103. The next favorite that I have, which I am almost out of, and I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and repurchase that, and that is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation, and it has the SPF 50 in it, which I like. It does have the SPF in it. I have it in the shade medium. Now, this one for me, it is on the light side. I could have probably went with the next shade, but I kind of felt like the next shade would have been a little too dark. So, I mean, I just bronze it up and it looks absolutely flawless. This sits so nice, and you don't even see any of your blemishes. You don't see any redness. You don't see your pores. This foundation is amazing. And yes, I know, again, it is another high-end foundation, but it is so worth it. Again, another one that I don't use constantly because it is just such a full coverage foundation. And sometimes I just don't want full coverage, but this one is another one of my favorites. The next one that I have here is in a little sample bottle, and I talk about it all the time, guys. I love getting samples because then I know whether I'm going to like this product or not. And I got, with my Sephora points, the Becca, and it is the Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, and it is in the shade Driftwood. Guys, I almost wish that when they sent it to me, they sent me the wrong color, because you just pick it and then they send you the foundation, and it was in the exact shade that I needed. And this foundation leaves your skin looking so amazing. I wanted so bad not for it to be in my favorites. I didn't want to like it because it is very pricey. For a foundation, it is very, very pricey. But I do think once I am out of this sample, I am definitely going to repurchase it. It left my face looking so beautiful and so amazing, and the makeup sat so perfect on top of this. The next foundation that I want to talk about that made it to the favorites is the Maybelline 24-Hour Superstay, and this is in the shade 220. Now, again, this is another foundation that I have a love-hate relationship with, but it is one of my go-tos for everyday wear and everyday use. Now, this one, it says that it is a 24-hour foundation. I don't know, I don't wear my foundation for 24 hours. I don't ever plan on wearing my foundation for 24 hours, but it does last. This one does oxidize. That's the one problem I have with it. It does oxidize. So if you're gonna get it, you might wanna go a shade lighter so that when it does get a little bit darker, it is your proper shade. Because there are days that this gets super, super, super dark on me and it just looks funny. So I always have to mix it with another foundation when I am putting it on. But the coverage is amazing on this product. The next favorite foundation that I want to talk to you guys about is the Wet n Wild, and this is the Photo Focus, and I have it in the shade Bronze Beige. Now, this doesn't have long wear on it at all. So I'm okay with it not having a long wear to it, because if I've just got to run around and do some errands and pick up some stuff and I want to do my makeup quick, I will grab this, throw it on, and go about my day. It does not get dark. It does not oxidize. It does look nice on the face, and for the price, you can't go wrong. The one problem that I do have with this foundation is it kind of smells like a cross between really bad paint thinner and like nail polish remover. I don't know, but if you can get over the scent when you're putting it on, because it does go away, then you know it's a good drugstore foundation to have. The next two I want to talk about are from the same company, and that is the LA Girl Pro Coverage, and this one is in the shade Natural, and this is the LA Girl Pro Matte in the shade Medium Beige. These two foundations, oh my god. First of all, this one leaves my face looking dewy on the days I want it to look dewy, and it works so well. This one I love for the days where I want my foundation to look matte. They both are long wearing, they both last, they are not sticky, they are not tacky at all. You do not need to set them, and that is one of the reasons why I love them. This one I have mentioned, it does sit in my smile lines, and it does at some point during the day will crease in my smile lines, but if I set it, it is not that bad. But I absolutely love these two, and for the price, you cannot go wrong with these two. So I do recommend these, and that is just one of the reasons why they are in my favorites, because of the price and also because their wearability is just amazing. The next one I want to talk about is a foundation that I don't really see a lot of people speaking about, and that is the Dermacol. Oh my god, guys. This foundation will conceal every freaking thing in your life. That is how good this is. And I have it in the shade, I don't even know if it has the shade on it. No. So if I wanted to rebuy this one, I couldn't rebuy it because there's no shade. I don't know the shade of this one because it doesn't say it on here, but I do know that this one that I bought was just a little bit on the light side for me. I'm going to go ahead and swatch it for you. It is a little bit on the light side, but look at that coverage on this. I had some stuff on my hand here, and now it's gone. This will cover your enemies. It will cover the family members that you don't like. I mean, this is one of my favorite foundations to use when I'm having breakouts or my skin is just really red that day. I will grab this and I will use it. It does set a little bit sticky, so you do need to kind of set it in place, but this is one of the best foundations that I've had in a really, really, really long time. The next foundation I want to talk to you about is something that is fairly new, and I haven't, again, heard a lot of people speaking about it, and that is the Rimmel Finish 25-Hour Breathable Long Wear Foundation. And it says that it's a medium coverage. I have it in the shade True Beige, 203 True Beige. This foundation, it is breathable. Trust me, they are right about the breathable. The 25-hour part, I don't know about, because again, I'm not going to leave my foundation on for 24 hours, let alone leave it on for 25 hours. So we're just going to take their word that it lasts for 25 hours. This sits on my face so nice, and it leaves such a pretty finish. It does get a little bit tacky, so you will need to set this down in place. You don't see your pores, you don't see any redness through it. I do notice that around my nose area, it does kind of get a little patchy and a little bit kind of like peely. But if I set it really, really well, that does not happen. For saying it's a medium coverage, I want to disagree with that. I want to say it's more along the lines of a light to a medium coverage, but the coverage is very good and it does last. This will oxidize and it will get extremely dark. Now, I don't know if that is just me, but it has gotten really, really, really dark on a few times that I've used it, where it looks so beautiful, and then all of a sudden I looked in the mirror and I was like, what happened? I wasn't in the sun. But I mean, I'm not hating it. I do really, really like this. The next foundation that I want to talk about is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, and this is the water foundation. Guys, again, yes, this is a little bit more on the pricey side of things, but if you have dry skin and you cannot find a foundation that sits so nice on your skin, this is the way to go. In the winter, my skin gets so dry. And one of the reasons it gets really, really dry is I am diabetic. I've been diabetic for many, many years. And my skin just in the winter gets so horribly dry. And I have a hard time keeping it in shape. I've gotten better with it, but I did have a hard time keeping it in shape. Now, this foundation is like a gift from the makeup gods if you have dry skin, because it will sit on your face so nice. It doesn't get patchy. It doesn't crease. It doesn't like move. I mean, it just makes your skin look alive and healthy. The next foundation that I want to talk about is one of my ride or die foundations. I cannot live without this foundation, and that is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, and this is in the shade 235. I cannot live without this. No matter what my skin is doing, this foundation will sit on my skin and make my skin look flawless and amazing. You might have to set it sometimes in certain spots. I don't know why. It could just be my face. But this foundation leaves your face looking so beautiful, so hydrated. You don't even have to put bronzer and blush and highlight on. This foundation alone makes your face look amazing. I will always have this in my collection. It will always be in my favorite foundation section, in my foundation drawer, because it's just, I cannot live without this. It sits on the face so nice. It doesn't make your pores stand out. It doesn't get drying. It is just one of those amazing drugstore foundations that everybody needs in their life. The next foundation that I have that is in my favorites collection is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation, and this is in the shade Light Beige. when I bought it. It is a little bit on the light side for me, so I do have to mix it with another foundation, but I do love this. The coverage on it is amazing. It is extremely long lasting. It can get here and there patchy sometimes, but again, I can't give you a full out, no, it doesn't happen, because I do have to mix this with another foundation. So I don't know if it's because I'm mixing it with another foundation to get the right shade. One of these days I will go out and buy the proper shade, but I have so many foundations, I just don't need another one in my collection. But I do absolutely love this one, and it is in one of my favorites all the time. The next foundation I want to talk about, which is fairly new, and that is the Burt's Bees Goodness Glow, and I have mine in the shade 1040 Honey. Oh my god. The glow that this foundation gives you is amazing. It sits on your face so well. And I mean, again, now it says medium to full coverage. I'm going to disagree with that. I would say it is definitely a medium coverage, but it is not a medium to full coverage in my opinion. Definitely just like more on just the medium side. But this does leave your face looking glowy and hydrated and beautiful. And it has just the right sheen to it. Not too much, not too little. The wear on it is extremely long. I've had it on 12 hours one day. You know, it lasts all day long. It does have like a smell to it, but it's more, I think, in my opinion, more of like that natural honey kind of smell. And if you can get past that, then you would be absolutely fine. You do have to set this foundation. It does get tacky when it dries down, so it does need to be set, but I absolutely love this foundation. The next foundation that I want to talk about, we're almost done, guys. We're almost to the end. The next foundation that I want to talk about is the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Glow Foundation, and I have mine in the shade MN3. This foundation is so beautiful on your face. Again, it's another foundation that gives you that beautiful, natural looking glow without looking like you have caked on makeup. This one, I absolutely love it because you can build it up if you want to. You can build it to a complete full coverage without it looking like too much on your face. The wearability is pretty decent on it. It does oxidize. It will get dark on your face, okay? But I don't mind that because I buy a shade lighter by mistake. Always. Always, guys, without fail. When I'm ordering stuff online, I always buy a shade lighter by mistake because online, the darker shades always look too dark. So, it's good when the foundations are going to wind up in an hour or two looking a little darker, then they're the proper shade. But I absolutely love this one. It's another one of my go-to foundations that I just have to use. Okay, guys, so we're down to the last two. The first one I want to talk about here is by Flower Beauty. These two foundations I'm about to speak about, I use constantly. So this is the Flower Beauty one, and this is the Light Illusion Luminous Makeup, and this is in the shade, I don't know. It's in a shade. When I figure out what shade it is, I will link it down below. But this foundation leaves your skin. Oh my God. It says luminous makeup, nude skin feeling. It does give that luminosity to your face. So if you guys don't like makeup that looks a little bit shiny or a little bit on that dewy kind of look, this would not be the foundation for you. But I absolutely love this foundation. I will always use this. I am so glad that I found this. I am so glad that they came out with it. It is, again, fairly new. It does sit very, very nice on your face. You do have to set this. Most definitely have to set it. It does get tacky on your face after it dries down, but the wear on it is amazing. It doesn't crack. It doesn't budge. It doesn't make your pores stand out. It doesn't make your pores look bigger than what they are. This is just an amazing, amazing, affordable foundation. Lastly, one of my favorite foundations, and I just recently bought it, and I had to. I'm a Ride or Die fan, and I finally bit the bullet and bought the Kat Von D locket. I did try it in the past, and I didn't care for it because it just didn't sit well on my face. Now that I have a better skincare routine and I, take much, much better care of my skin, this foundation looks amazing. It is a full coverage foundation. It looks amazing on the skin. It has an extremely long wear to it. You do have to set it. It does get slightly tacky. Now, if the slightly tackiness doesn't bother you, then you don't have to set it. But again, this is one of my favorite foundations. And this one is in the shade Medium Neutral 56. Okay guys, so that was all of my favorite foundations that I constantly go to, that I constantly grab, that I will probably always repurchase and always have in my collection because they are just foundations that I cannot live without. I know that it seems like there was a plethora of them, but again, I am a foundation junkie. If there is a foundation out there, I want to try it. I want to see if I like it. I want to see the wear on it. And I don't know, I just love foundations. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click that bell. I see you looking at it. Come on, guys. You right there. I see you looking at that bell. Click the bell. And until next time, bye.